Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. It is Memorial Day weekend and I decided for the first time in 2023 I'm going to go truck camping. Right there's my site behind me. I am up here at Cedar River Flow, and you would say the black flies are thick enough you can cut them with a knife. Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. In a few minutes I'm going to do a beef stew from shelf to table. I'm going to give that a review, but I decided to come up here to Cedar River Flow for the night, and I figured I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get in. Well anyways, right here is the dam behind me. You drive across that dam. Over across are sites 1 through 6, and over here are sites 7 through 10. Site 7 up here. Do you see anyone on there? There is nobody but me set up over here, and you're going to find out once we come across the dam. And here we go. Right there's the Cedar River. This is the Wakely Dam. Cedar River Flow that goes out over there. As a matter of fact, I did a video on that just a few years ago. I camped up here too, then too. But over here, I apologize for the camera bounce, but over here is the sites 1 through 6. There's nobody here. I can't believe it. I really honestly thought I had plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, all the way down. I had like 16 sites in my head that, okay, I'm going to go here, and if it's not, that one's taken, then I'll go here, and if that one's taken, I'll go here. Because it's Memorial Day weekend, and these sites are all free. They're all free sites. And there's no one here. There's not even a ranger up in the ranger station. But I don't know if the black flies are keeping people out, because they are thick this year. And the horse flies are now out this weekend. That's the first time I've seen the horse flies and the deer flies this weekend. But there is absolutely nobody here. Huh. So you're probably wondering, it doesn't look like I'm struggling very much with the black flies. You know, you see a lot of people that have the mesh over their face, because those black flies, they'll fly into your mouth, they'll fly into your eyes, they fly into your ear. And let me, little word of advice, if they fly into your ear, don't stick your finger in your ear. Pull on your earlobe. Tip your head and pull on your earlobe and do that, and they'll come out. You push them in, or you flatten them in there, you're going to have a problem. But the water looks enticing. It is last time I looked, it was 80 degrees. 80 degrees today, and quite the little change, because I'm just trying to think. Today is Monday, so I think it was Friday. It was 52 degrees. So that was to start off the weekend. And Saturday wasn't too bad. Saturday was about 68. Sunday was, I'm going to say 78 degrees, and today's 80. Tomorrow's going to be even better. They said tomorrow's going to be 83. But there is absolutely nobody here. That means I have my own little private beach where I can go dipping for the first time this year. I just waded out in the water, and it's not too bad. So, but you're probably wondering, how am I battling the black flies so well? Is because my little secret weapon. Let me get into my pocket, pull this out. Vicks Vapor Rub. Take some, I put it on behind each leg, behind each shoulder, across my neck, across my neck, and I dabbed some on a little bit on my arms. And they don't like the menthol. But I'm back to my site. I'm going to be cooking dinner here shortly. I did bring my screen tent just in case the black flies were so bad that the Vicks didn't work. But so far, everything's been good. And I have my truck all set up for the night. And I still can't believe that there is nobody here. Tonight's dinner is a deluxe beef stew by Shelf to Table. I have not had the beef stew from Shelf to Table. I've had the beef stew on a lot of the other brands like Mountain House and Wise Foods and Ready Foods, and so we're going to give this one a whirl, see how it goes. What's the directions here? 1.5 cups of boiling water. Let's set for 15 minutes. While my beef stew is regenerating back there, it's all set to go. I got to wait 15 minutes. I want to tell you a little story of what happened to me today. I went paddling earlier today. That's why I have my kayak up on the truck. You'll see that video later. But anyways, when I was coming back from the paddle, my truck was parked at the boat launch. And there was this car that was parked next to me. That car wasn't there when I was the only one there when I launched. So when I came back, my truck was here, her car was here, and the launch is over here. And as I was coming into the launch, I could see that she was her car was pulled in. And I could see that she was on the passenger side rear door, and she was doing something. I just kept paddling into the launch there, and then she went to the front door, and she did whatever. I could see that she was putting stuff into a bag. And then she walked around to the other side of the car, to the driver's side, opened up the rear door as I'm pulling the kayak out. And as I get the kayak up on the shore, I hear the door shut, and I look, and she walks over behind my truck, and there's an embankment that goes down. And I thought I saw her do this motion, but her car was parked. I'm over here, her car was parked, and all I could see was basically from the shoulders up from her, where she threw, it looked like she threw something. And I'm like, did she just throw that bag at, well, obviously she was filling the bag full of something when she was in the car. It looked like trash. I wasn't quite sure, so I didn't yell up or anything like that. I said, when I get up there, I'll look. So I carry my kayak up, and she's backing out to the front of my truck, and as I'm walking up, she looks right at me. And she continues out, and she stops because the Route 28 is right there, and she was waiting to pull out on Route 28. So when I got up to my truck, I set the kayak down, I walked over, looked over that embankment. Sure enough, there's a bag of trash right there. It was a bag of ice that she ripped open, must have used it for something, and it was all full of trash. So I grabbed it, and I went to the other side of my truck, and she was pulling out of the driveway of the boat launch on the 28, and I held it up to her, and I think she looked back at me. I'm not 100% sure. You know what makes this worse? The vehicle she was driving was a certain electric vehicle. That's all I'm going to say about that. These people want to cry about the environment, and then you pull something like that. Now, not all those people that drive electric vehicles are being put into that box. But you know what? There's a bad apple in every bunch, and that's what people have to remember. Every bunch. Doctors, lawyers, police, firemen, paramedics, school teachers, doesn't matter. There's a bad apple in each bunch. So I'm not trying to box in everybody that has an electric vehicle. But, man, that really ticks me off that she pulled into a boat launch. You know why it really ticks me off? Because I picked it up, I put it in the back of my truck. I pulled out the boat launch, drove up the road, probably 500 feet, 1,000 feet, no more than 1,000 feet. And there's a gas station, which in the Adirondacks, we have lots of Stewart stores. They're a convenience store. They sell gas, they have groceries, they make, you know, all sorts of stuff there. And so I pulled in there and threw it into one of the trash cans there. That's all she had to do, was pull in there and throw it into a trash can, but she didn't. Oh, I cannot believe that. I could not believe that. But that really irked me. So that story took, what, all of 3 minutes maybe? So I still got about 12 minutes left to go on my shelf to table for dinner. And the sun is now setting over the mountain. It is 7:30 here now. I got my fire going. So far the bugs have not been bad. You could literally cut them with a knife. What a lot of people were saying on Facebook. And when I was out paddling today, they were really all over me. But so far the Vicks is holding up. All right, it has been 15 minutes for my deluxe beef stew from shelf to table. Let's see how it looks. All right, there it is. Deluxe beef stew from shelf to table. All right, here we go. I see carrots, I see potatoes, I see beef. I think that's a pea. So, yeah, ingredients of the stew. Good. It is good. It is. Now like I said, I've had the beef stew from Dinty Moore beef stew to the Aldi's beef stew to Ready Wise to Legacy Foods to Mountain House, and now shelf to table. And this is really good. This is really good. Really good. So remember, shelf to table and I, the relationship that we have is I am not an employee of Shelf to Table. I don't get compensated at all. Even when you use my code ADK10, when you place your orders, you'll get 10% off by using that code. I get nothing for it. All the owner of the company, Kathy, does is she can see that I recommended her company to the buyer, you, and you used my code to get 10% off. So I get nothing for it. Maybe when Kathy becomes Shelf to Table becomes a big international company, maybe I'll get hired then. But by then I'll want to retire. Who knows? But beef stew, deluxe beef stew, Shelf to Table. It's very good. Alright folks, well, it's bedtime here in the Cedar River flow. I'm going to head into the truck and I'll see you for coffee in the morning. Good morning. It was a uneventful night, no visitors. Nice night for sleeping. Oh wow, it's probably about 50 degrees and nice and cool. The sun is now peeking over the mountain over here. And I got pretty much everything packed up, ready to go. And the black flies are just starting to come out. I don't have any Vicks or bug spray on yet, so they're starting to come out and attack. They've been kind of quiet while I was packing up, but now they're coming out. So I'm going to finish packing up and head out, find my next adventure. All right, folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.